Alright guys, it's time to talk about another exchange coin on the channel for the first time in about almost a year. So the last time we looked at CET, this is CoinEx's token. It was actually back on this candle on June the 7th. So we actually find ourselves pretty much almost at the same point though when it ran up. Now I want to go ahead and point out I bought it right around here. I bought CET. So I bought it before the run up, guys, and it ran up almost to about like 10.5 cents here. And yeah, since then it just kind of fell down. But like most things, everything kind of fell down. So let's zoom in here now and take a look at this action a little bit. Now, pretty much we are just making higher lows here. So we've been doing that since March. Now you can see this is the next low. Next low. So these are just getting higher and higher along the way, guys. So today we're actually getting a pretty good little candle though. We are breaking out of this Fibonacci level at the moment. Keep in mind, this candle still isn't finished. And if we do though, the next resistance is up here at about 7 cents on a weekly time frame. So let's take a quick look at the weekly time frame here. Just want to see what this looks like. Now, if we zoom out, yeah, you can see there was, rejection here, lots of rejections here. We got a rejection actually a few weeks ago here. So there was actually support here, rejection. So this is actually a pretty big point that, this token has to cross. So let's take a quick look at some indicators here. I want to see volume first, actually, in the visible range. Now, let's put this, a little bit more zoomed out here. And yeah, actually, we're coming up to, let's pull this over slightly. Yeah, we're coming up to a point, yeah, actually didn't do much either. That's okay. Let's just leave it there. Now, we're right here, if you can see my cursor. And we're getting to a point where the volume is going to drop off drastically. So, we still got to cross about 7.1 cents. And then, we get these medium size, I can say, candlesticks here. And once we get above about 8.3 cents, these are really small, guys. So we're just going to run up, pretty fast, I believe, after that. And yeah, I mean, it actually looks pretty good with CET. Now let's look at the RSI, relative strength and stochastic. Now, looking at the weekly time frame, it's getting into the territory where it's getting overbought. The RSI is actually kind of in the middle, so that's actually not bad. The daily time frame getting a little bit overbought here. Now it is pointed up, pretty heavily here on the RSI. But not overbought just yet. Now the 4-hour time frame, actually it's overbought, and on both here, and looks like it's about to start curving down. 1-hour time frame, actually it might curve back up here. Looks like the blue line is coming up. Now it is overbought here on the RSI though. Now taking a quick look at the MACD, guys, you can see down here, I know it's a little bit hard, but let me zoom in. It looks like the blue line is about to cross the red and start moving up. Now we do have a tiny green candle right now that has formed. And yeah, I mean, it does look like, it's going to start printing green soon. So this is pretty good. It's pretty low. It's not the lowest it's ever been. Back in 2022, it was pretty low. And it still has quite a ways to run, as you can see here, guys. Looks like the top was up at 0.019. So yeah, we are sitting about 0.004 minus. So yeah, it still has a ways to go, guys. This was the local top here at 0.0129. But yeah, we are starting to print green candles, like I said, guys. So I do believe CET is bound to go up here. But, it may get kind of a cool off here after it breaks this Fibonacci. And, yeah, let's see. Maybe it'll go up to about 7 cents and cool off before it makes its next run. Now, if we talk about the tokenomics, guys, real quick here, there's a 10 billion max supply. 2.68 billion are, circulating basically. And so that's actually not that much. That's pretty good, I would say. All-time high was at about 15 cents, so you're getting about a 56% discount at the moment. Now, this was 7 years ago, too. Keep that in mind, so it didn't reach its high in the last cycle. Now, I want to go ahead and point out this is number 337 coin as well, so it's not that far down the list, guys, but yeah, this is an up-and-coming exchange, I believe, and they do have mining, like today, actually. I saw they're doing some MNT, Mantle Network mining, so you can actually stake your MNT and your CET there. I have actually, you know, this much CET, and I do have MNT as well, so I'm doing both to get more MNT. Now, taking a quick look at Bitcoin, guys, it is at 109, 150 basically. It is keeping this trend line. Let me put this on a daily time frame so you can see how well it has kept this trend line. Basically since actually the beginning of April. So yeah, it's just gotten several bounces along the way, but it hasn't broken it yet. Now we do have a bearish engulfing candle right now at the moment, and mainly this is due to what Trump said earlier today about having 50% tariffs on the EU. So yeah, you know, that's Trump again. So he has really, you know, affected the price of Bitcoin once again. But what can we do, guys? Now I want to go ahead and point out that this target here up at about $115,000. This is the target of this big cup and handle. So we formed this over many years, guys, and this is kind of a conservative target, but it's up at about 115,000. Maybe it exceeds it a little bit, maybe it falls under a little bit, we'll see. But yeah, right now we haven't actually reached it just yet. We're still pretty close, a few $1,000s away, but it hasn't reached it yet. Now, Ethereum, on the other hand, is actually just kind of consolidating here. Now, it has come back to retest the top of this flag, too. Just want to point that out. And it doesn't actually have a bearish engulfing candle like Bitcoin does. So that is interesting. So it looks like altcoins are doing a little bit better than Bitcoin at the moment. And yeah, let's see. I haven't marked off any weekly resistances above, guys. I should. I need to take some time and do that. But it needs to break this Fibonacci here, and that would come at about 27, let's say 55. So the target is actually sitting up here at about 32, let's say 230, 250, somewhere like this, guys. And yeah, it does have to cross, you know, this Fibonacci line and get through this entire Fibonacci line to reach that target. Now, the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, guys, is at 1.22 trillion, so it is coming up, getting a little bit of a bounce. It was down at 1.19 today. So yeah, we are seeing a little bit more flow back into the market. Now, we still have a little bit of a red candle here. I do believe the dominance is going to be red today. We still have almost 5 hours to go, though. But yeah, I just feel that this is going to fall maybe a little bit more today. It's probably not going to go down to the bottom of this wick, of course, but I do think we're going to get a red day. Now, Bitcoin season is still here. It's 20 right now on the altcoin season index. The dollar is actually falling down quite a bit here. It still has about 4 more hours on the day, and it has broken through the 99.171 mark. So yeah, that makes Bitcoin actually a little bit stronger. Now, liquidation heat map, 566 million have been wrecked, more longs than shorts, and that's due to the pullback after the 50% tariff announcements. And fear and greed, we finally got out of the 70 to 74 range, guys. Basically, you can see down here that today we hit 78, but since the 9th of May all the way to yesterday, we were between 70 and 74. So that's interesting to see that we have finally broken out. Now, the bull market peak indicators, still 0 from 30 have been hit, so it's 100% hold at the moment. The best indicator, the Pi Cycle Top indicator, still hasn't converged, of course. Now, if you want to, look at Moodix, guys, I do recommend it. It gives you these measurements and things. And if you want to become a member of my channel, I will put you in the Telegram group and forward you all these measurements that actually relate to Bitcoin and affect Bitcoin. So you can see, though, today we did have some macro news. It wasn't very large news, though, mainly positive. We did have one small negative here about France consumer confidence. But yeah, that was really small. But anyways, I do recommend MEXC, guys. They have charts, statistics, articles, and everything, guys. So it's really a good tool, I would say, especially if you're trading stock. Now, as to the economic calendar next week, guys, Sunday, actually, Fed Chair Powell speaks. I'm not sure what about. But on Monday, it's a holiday, guys, so probably there's not going to be too much volatility. Now, Tuesday, we do have a few speakers here. We do have some HPI numbers, consumer confidence, durable goods orders. So that's kind of a bigger macroeconomic day, especially compared to this week. Wednesday, we do have the Fed meeting minutes, and we have a couple of speakers here, it looks like. Thursday, we do have core PCE prices. We have jobless claims, GDP, and we do have, it looks like, one speaker. Now, Friday, we have PCE price index, and we got personal spending, Chicago PMI, we got Michigan numbers, we have Atlanta Fed GDP now, Q2. We have a lot going on, guys. So we have a speaker here. I think that's the only speaker, so we have Bostic speaking, but that's a really big day. So, you know, I think the last couple of days in the week will be quite volatile. You know, so yeah, be ready for that. Now, FedWatch Tools pretty much is going up. It says 98% chance we're not getting a cut, unfortunately, but there's still a 2%, you know, chance that we're going to get a cut. And, you know, we still have, what, 25 days, almost 26 days, really, and this can change drastically, especially with the numbers and data that's coming out next week. Now, if we take a look at crypto bubbles, guys, there's a few little greens here. There's, I think, a few more greens than the last video I just made on Bitget token, actually. And anyways, if you want to stake your CoinEx, guys, I'm not sure it's in CoinOndo, but if you want to look at Bitcoin, for example, there's 62 deals found. Be careful. There are limits. There are days you have to lock up your coins. You don't want to get stuck in a position, you know, too long, like 360 days. You just can't see that far down the road, guys. But yeah, they do actually have CoinEx here, so let's just check out CoinEx real quick, and I will look for the CET token, and I think the only place you're going to be able to stake this is in CoinEx, but yeah, actually no deals found. Anyways, guys, check out CoinEx if you want to stake this. I know they have staking there. I think it's about 2 or 2.5%, somewhere between that. And anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, and check out some of the exchanges, partnerships that I have below in the description, guys. I have 5 exchanges that I work with right now. Bitget, MEXC, BingX, Blowfin, and BitUnix, guys, all working with me right now. So if you use those links, it actually helps me out. I will get a little bit of commission. I will go ahead and be honest. And yeah, it helps me keep this, you know, channel running. And if you want to become a member of the channel, guys, like I said, only $2, and basically I will forward these measurements to the Telegram that I make, and you'll know what's going on at the moment it happens, guys. But I'm not going to forward every measurement because not everything applies to Bitcoin, of course. But like I said, I do recommend MEXC, so check that out as well. And anyways, guys, like I said, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.